Toronto Blue Jays are making moves. And while the Jays fell short yet again yesterday to a very good Detroit Tigers team, we have some very interesting moves to go over that have huge implications going forward for this Toronto Blue Jays team well beyond just this season. We'll break down those moves as well as discuss one scary injury update that is worse than we initially thought surrounding the Jays, as well as a few other things to go over. But before we get into it, folks, if you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Jays content. You guys have been absolute beasts, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Again, 71% of you who are watching aren't subscribed. You guys are fantastic. Thank you guys for continuing support. Ladies and gentlemen, a ton to go over today. Obviously, the Jays are in a spot now where they are in a very interesting, schedule location, meaning they are playing the Tigers, one of the best teams in baseball. You're playing the Padres, all these different things, but they are making moves that I'm personally very excited about. Let's dive right into it. It is Trey Savage is the headliner of this. The Jays are promoting number 2 prospect Trey Savage, number 10 prospect Cal Steven, and Gage Stanford to high Vancouver. They've been absolutely dominating single A hitters in Dunedin. Now they'll join number 1 prospect Arjun Namala in Vancouver. Now, obviously, these moves, I guess some other ones to go over as well. These are huge for the Jays' future because you think about now Trey Savage. He started off at A, now he's going to high A. For one, Vancouver is going to be fantastic to watch. You have Arjun Amala, Cal Steven, who's been an underrated absolute star so far this year, and Trey Savage, who has been an absolute monster down there where he's pitching. This is very important for this Toronto Blue Jays team. And you can see here, Savage was off to a fantastic start in single A with a 2.43 ERA and 55 strikeouts over 33 innings. His start in single A was mostly the choice to build up his early routines and more predictable weather, but he's been dominating here. It's an absolute animal, right? Just an absolute beast, and he is going to be, and this is crucial here for the Jays going forward. We've seen the way that's their luck with pitching prospects. We've seen their current pitching depth. Is Trey Savage going to play this year? Highly doubtful. However, we've seen in the past, Nate Pearson, ended up getting injured, didn't develop great. Alek Manoah was fantastic, got injured. They traded Nate Pearson, Ricky Tiedemann injured, all these guys. Jake Bloss now recently injured. They have gotten to a point where they need to hit on one of these pitching prospects, and they need to hit on one of these pitching prospects very, very fast, because if they don't, they are going to be in a very difficult spot as it pertains to their starting rotation. And to see Trey Savage and Cal Steven, 2 very good pitchers, 2 top 10 prospects, moving up because of how good they've done is absolutely huge for this organization. And we'll have videos coming out and prospect videos, as the season continues to go on, because the Jays are obviously fighting for a playoff spot. They're trying to win all these games, but also most importantly, they are trying to develop some, not most importantly, but also on the side, like of equal importance here, you have to develop your farm system. And to see Trey Savage get rewarded with a promotion, it was well-deserved, but also I would just throw him to Double A very soon. Give him a few games down there with Vancouver, but I would throw him to Double A. I mean, he's now paired with Arjun Amala, who's going to be the future of this team. Things are looking bright, and even if the Toronto Blue Jays team right now is struggling a little bit, having some big prospects on the way to help them, and that's not going to be this year, but beyond that is going to be key. And of course, they also have some guys who are hopefully going to contribute this year as well down in the system. Let me know down below your thoughts are on these moves, and out of these prospects, out of all the Jays prospects, who are you most excited specifically to see on the Toronto Blue Jays in the future and going forward? Because Trey Savage been on the radar for a couple years now, first round pick 2024 recently, and it has been a fantastic pick so far by the Toronto Blue Jays, their most recent draft pick, an absolute gem, absolute steal in the 2024 draft. And also the first round draft pick, Arjun Amala, in 2023, 20th overall. Fantastic pick there. He's the number 1 prospect on the Jays and might, jump up to a top 15, top 20 prospect in baseball following this year. So let me know down below your thoughts are on that. Now, let's dive into a couple different things here, because we have a bunch of updates, and stay tuned for the scary update here in a minute surrounding Santander, because he has not been, doing great for the Jays. But Andres Gimenez, he continues to increase baseball activity. The Jays hope he'll start running this weekend. He's been taking ground balls and hitting in batting cages. And Ryan Burns, Swanee are both in Toronto. Blue Jays plan for them to continue rehab assignments with Buffalo on Saturday, which is today. So this is pretty good now, because the bullpen is going to get some reinforcements in the form of Ryan Burr, Eric Swanson very, very soon, and they continue to not face any setbacks. Obviously, Max Scherzer has been facing setbacks. We've seen a bunch of different things there, but those 2 are good. Andres Gimenez, on the other hand, he's also looking good. I mean, he's continuing to ramp up baseball activity. Wouldn't mind him back in the lineup, but I don't want that to be in sacrifice of Addison Barger, who has been playing really good baseball, and they've been finding room for him at third. They've been finding room for him in left field. They've been finding room for him absolutely everywhere, and ultimately, the Toronto Blue Jays need to continue to find room for Addison Barger, but to see Gimenez, get better is very crucial here. But I want to touch on Anthony Santander. And this is a very concerning thing for me. You can see here, John Schneider says that Santander is out of the lineup tonight for a quick break and a reset. A lineup change is possible tomorrow, but that's still to be determined, which is today. Sometimes I think it's beneficial for guys to stop thinking and let your mind rest for 24 hours. And this got even crazier as not only did he, they scratched him, I guess. I mean, it's rest, but there was multiple opportunities where they could have used him and they didn't. And there was multiple times in yesterday night's game where Santander could have pinch hit. He could have been in. He could have done a million different things. And even if he was in the lineup, there was a lot of chances for his, power to come through. And John Schneider still didn't use him because of an injury that he is dealing with, or something behind the scenes that he's dealing with. And among qualified hitters, he's 155 out of 163 in F4. And this is worse than we thought. The signing in general has been a bit worse than we thought. Am I ready to hit the panic button yet? No. However, seeing this from John Schneider, seeing a bunch of weird things regarding, Santander. And again, we look at yesterday's game. I mean, obviously, full credit to Miles Straw. He's been fantastic. You could have used, his power, at least the threat of his power. It's very interesting to me that, this weird situation, and it keeps getting a little bit worse, and it's worse than we thought for Santander. We were hoping it was going to be a, quiet month of April because he's always bad then, and then hopefully he could pick it up. He hasn't been what we expected. And let me know down below, are you concerned about Santander? And do you think that this is something that's going to be a concern going forward? Or do you think he's going to finally figure it out? Let me know down below, because I'm a little bit worried. And again, in yesterday's game, right? Like, they had a few guys, Jonathan Clase struggling offensively, fine defensively at times. Bo finally hit, another home run there. His power's starting to come through. Bo's going to be fantastic. I'm not worried about him. The offense is still playing okay. Pitching needs to match up with it a little bit. Bound Francis, a little bit of a concern as well there. Hasn't really nearly had the same stuff as last year. And you think about Max Scherzer, him being not ready to return yet. This is going to get very dicey as the trade deadline approaches. I will say that. But speaking of starting pitchers, you can see here from Spencer Turnbull, his debut outing with the Dunedin Blue Jays went well. He went 4 innings, gave up 1 run. He likely throw his next outing in Dunedin before moving up. He's being built up to a full starter's workload. So what I assume is going to be Jose Urana's replacement, Spencer Turnbull, they desperately need him in this rotation. We think about last year with the Phillies, even mixing up sub-3 ERA. This guy, I think he's going to be huge for this Toronto Blue Jays team. And obviously, they're working him up to be a full starter. They want him in. And whether that's showing a lack of confidence in Max Scherzer, whether that's showing a lack of confidence in Bound Francis, or if they just want, at the moment, we'll dive into it in a minute, their starting rotation today is still yet to be determined. As of the time of recording here, Eric Lauer, all these different guys, they need stability, and Spencer Turnbull is going to be that. But it's also kind of on Ross Atkins. You could have had Jose Quintana, who's dominant right now in the major leagues, albeit injured. It's frustrating, but the Jays, they need to figure something out, and they're going to go with the form of Spencer Turnbull. And the probables, of course, yesterday was Francis versus Jack Flaherty. Today we're thinking Eric Lauer versus Reese Olson, and then Berríos versus Jackson Jobe. You have to win. You have to win today and tomorrow's game. It's tough. You're playing against one of the best teams, if not the best team in baseball right now. The Jays missed Tarek Skubal, who is unbelievable. Going to be a Cy Young finalist every single year. And hopefully the Jays can take care of business, but we need some things to pick up. Let me know down below, are you concerned about Anthony Santander, and what your thoughts are on the beast himself, Trey Savage. You guys are fantastic. You guys are peace. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.